Test telephone switch to arm light on.
Switching command to internal. Fuel tank pressure 16 miles. 9, 8, ignition. Main stage. 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Fuel tank pressure 16 miles.
Week 3 of the CSC Challenger Series gets underway right here, right now. William Stewart, Sean Green, Nick Teixeira, your usual suspects, I guess, in this one. Here we go with another doozy of a matchup. We got Cooper Olson taking on Aric Bobzien in a thriller.
Yeah. First of all, thanks for having me here again, once again, Will. I want to give a huge shout out, Jen Mounts, for the background I got going on tonight. You're a rock star. This is amazing. And her birthday's tomorrow. So congratulations to her. She'll be like 25 years old. Can't wait for that. But tonight's matchup, Wisconsinite versus the South Dakotan. Aric Bobzien coming in as the new kid on the block here to the CSC, but he came in hot and heavy. He's 2-0 to get to this spot, and probably a bit of a favorite to win this evening over Cooper Olson. Now, anything can happen, but I think the Wisconsinite playing from Moe's Taysbag in Janesville might get the job done.
You know, it definitely leans towards him on the average front, but we'll see. We'll see what happens tonight. I know that Eric's got a lot of support there at his bar, a lot of representation behind him, as you're going to see here momentarily. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Who knows how Cooper comes out tonight, or who knows how both of our competitors come out tonight. I lifted a kind of a favorite towards one way last week, and what happened? I mean, we saw an ultimate battle in Division 2, and it was a good one.
Yeah. Actually, I mean, Todd Wigman, although he ran out of gas there at the end, I mean, he was in fuego, right? 9-6 score line in the final score line prediction, which I made. But it could have gone either way up until that point. But again, pulling it out at the end of the day, great job. And we get to this week. Let's see if Cooper Olson can do the same. Playing out of Sioux Falls at the nickel spot, and I know he's going to have some support there as well. Playing for MG Leagues, been playing for 6+ years, so a bit newer to the game. 4.59 NPR heading into this with a 63.3% win rate. He's throwing those Matt Chornick Horizon barrels, 20 grams. And week 1, he defeated Tyler Weehee 9-4 with a 4.55 versus a 4.23. In week 2, a 9-6 win over Steve Hennings, another Wisconsinite, 4.62 to a 4.55. He's throwing 10 9 marks, 38 7 marks, and 55 marks in 28 games played, which is the exact same as the Wisconsinite he is going up against.
And Cooper, you mentioned the Matt Chorniak arts here. They're the Horizon band. Those are a little bit older, so he's probably been chucking them for a little while. They're probably well worn in. So, good competitor here. And, of course, rocking the USA Darts hat. You love to see that. So, let's go over to Mr. Aric Bobzien, or as we call them, Aric 9-mark Bobzien, going back to Whammo a few years back. Playing for Bullseye Games, one of the many locations there in Wisconsin, and Moe's Taysbag is where he's playing at. 8+ years he's been playing, an average of 5.07. That currently ranks him 9th overall in MPR. 66.7 win rate. That's up there with the top tier, and throwing the Winmore, Daryl Gurney Gen 1 21-gram barrels. So he throws those in both soft and steel. So he's another guy that's probably has a well-worn in set.
Yeah, absolutely. And then heading into this, he has 24 9 marks and 1 white horse. That actually is second overall in that category behind just some guy named Mike Maloney. He has 45 7 marks, 52 5 marks, and again, 28 games played. Week 1, he defeated Sean Cafflish with a 5.13, and week 2 over Dylan Steike with a 5.02. I'm excited for tonight. What does Cooper Olson have to do to win this?
Rattle off a few legs right off the rip, I think is important here. Keep with him, keep it neck and neck until we go to break. Of course, you're going to have one, lean towards one way there or the other before we go to break. But if he can do that, I think he's got a good chance or a fighting chance of winning this one. But yeah, definitely with the advantage kind of leaning almost a whole half a mark ahead in Aric's favor. He's definitely up to him here, I think.
Yeah, it's always interesting. You got the crowd behind you tonight. How does that help hurt? Is it the same crowd that he's had behind him in the past couple weeks? Or is it a little bit different because it's a stream match? That always comes into play a little bit. I know I see the signs because I opened up my eyes and I see the signs. They're in the background. I wonder what they say.
There's a few of them. I even got a text from Mr. Payne himself, Scott Kirshner, said, you better do good tonight, buddy. I'll be here watching you along with numerous others. So that's good to see.
Love it.
So we know the
Thanks for telling me that after I started singing.
Definitely know the Wisconsinites show up and support their locals. So looks like there's a few supporting Cooper tonight as well. Is that David back there, I believe?
I think so, yeah. That looks like Dave. And then you look... Well, that was at Nickel Spot. Mm-hmm. Seeing Dave in the background. Yeah, I mean, listen, South Dakota darts, especially Sioux Falls, big area for darts. Same thing with Janesville, Wisconsin. And here is Cooper. He's played in the CSC the last couple seasons. He's had, opening stream last season in Division II against Brandon Neal. Brandon did get that 9-4. So Cooper's had to really raise up the average in the last 6 months to kind of get in this position. Still on the winner side in the final 8 in Division I. It's been a good run.
Yeah, it certainly has. It's kind of a deceiving position for him because we always kind of question, like, oh, is this our first time seeing Cooper? No, we've seen him a few times before. It's just kind of blends in with some of those heavy hitters, I guess, as he throws in a nice 7 there.
Yeah, great darts from Coop. High ground, though, goes to Aric. And again, you're going to see, I love this angle. We don't really get this angle from Aric's throw very often of the straight on. The fact he goes right to like that nose line and just straight forward with that dart.
Yeah,
throws with some good pop.
Yeah, he certainly does. He's got a good throw. See Cooper going right after the 18s, finds another. Does he take his shot at the 20s? He does, and he collects.
Boom goes the West. Oh, boom goes the South Dakotan. My bad, Coop. I got confused. I should have just said dynamite. I got too excited. I apologize. Is this where they start coming back to back? Oh, just wires the trip 18.
That was an opportunity to sway it back in your favor, as Cooper will be looking for another successful round here. Back up. He's finding the 18s early.
Yeah, and it's saving him right now. Another one in there. Now he's going to stay for all of them. Finds 7. Gets that point lead back, but that can be taken away in one dart. Huge shout out to everybody joining us. Of course, Mr. Jason Watts in the house. Troy Leroy from New Zealand tuning in with us. How about Sean from Scotland? Always tunes in with us late night after Dart League night. How'd you do tonight, Sean?
Love that. Just gotta love it.
And we haven't done predictions yet, my friends. So I'm going to ask you, what you got?
Darn it. I was hoping to escape this one tonight. I'm going to go 9-5 for Bobzien this evening.
I'm just not going to disagree with you tonight. 9-5, Bobzien. I think that's pretty spot on. I don't think I've ever done that before, so I'm just going to do it just to see how it makes you upset. What's your over-under for nines? I see 27 up there from Justin Hayden. That's a bit high.
I think that's a bit high as well. This one's a tough one to call. Just based on overall nines, you got 24 for Aric and then 10 for Cooper. So it kind of sways a little bit light. I'm going to go with 17.5 nines tonight. I think that's pretty medium of the chart. So good luck on the over-under. We'll see what we get.
I think that's a good number. Right now, Cooper's staying right with Aric in this first leg. 600 plays 599. Cooper does have the wedge of the 16, so see if Aric goes straight at the 15s, does that. Little transfer. Now what do you do? He goes right back to the 15s. Smooth operator.
Good choice. Now it gives way. Cooper, no matter what, it's going to have a look here if he collects. And he does early, so go ahead and take your shot.
Oh, great darts.
Yeah, and he stayed there for the last. I mean, he knew he only hit a single, but he took the risk, and it paid off for him. He's got the 2-mark advantage. Double would be great here. Double would be great here.
Oh.
Was that?
And that had to look so. Yeah, that had to look so enticing after the first start too. Sean says 4-man team event tonight, beaten in the quarters by the eventual winners. Hey, nothing wrong with that.
It's a fun little format, though.
Yeah.
4-man team.
Troy's saying 11 nines tonight. Look at Troy trying to get involved in this 9-mark predictions. I love it.
I think that's a little low, but hey, that's your choice. I like it. Why not?
But Bobzien steals it. 670 over the 663 of Cooper.
Good leg there.
Yeah, just a hold a throw for Bobzien.
Feels like a lot more than that. Feels like we had 2 legs in one there as we went back and forth. How about this? Some overall just chart popping things that we need to mention. Christopher Champagne over Mike Carter tonight. So that puts Mike Carter out of this Division I tournament. You also got Derek Cortez, Nick Yeast going to fight it out on the loser side. One of those guys will be out. You also got another one as Jake Smith and Brandon Kessler. A loser of that one will be out as well. Over on the winner's side, how about Danny Baggish, Don Stewart, Rick Hinsey, Mike Maloney, and then Kevin Schmitz, Ram Gravara down there on the bottom half.
Yeah, I mean, you want to talk about a great final 8 in the winner's side. I mean, you just mentioned the ones in the loser side, and that should tell you how great the winner's side is. Kevin Schmitz, Ram Gravara is a great matchup. Of course, Maloney Hinsey is just a duel that seemed to happen every season at the beginning of the CSC run. And then Baggish Don Stewart. I mean, who doesn't like a former, like, little old school battle from back in the day, you know?
Yeah, you know, who doesn't love that? Who doesn't love that? Toothless versus Never Was. Love it.
Wow.
Yeah, good to see Connor Olson in the chat.
Yep.
I can't say quite young anymore. What are you, like 16, 17 now?
Coffin shot. We got a coffin shot.
That was a biggie. And especially here in Bobzien trying to break throw and make this 2-0.
I think the 7-3-3 is probably going to get the job done.
I would say so. He may close his eyes on this next one just to have some fun with it. That's a joke, people, by the way. Do it. Do it now.
He did. Let's just call it what it is. 6.90 in leg number 2 from Bobzien. So he's warmed up. That's nice to see. Took 2 legs. I I have to shout out Jason Watt saying, loving the new beard. Listen, my friend, have that coming from you, buddy. That's BDG himself. Give me some props.
Yeah.
Will, your beard's looking nice.
Thank you. Thank you. Never had one, so can't tell you how that is. Anyway, yeah, moving back to this match here, I wanted to mention that we, of course, mentioned Aric Bobzien, and we call him 9 Mark Bobzien with his run with Tim Eisner at Whammo. I believe that was our first Whammo that we covered. 2022 is when we covered that one. But also mentionable for me on his side was, 2023? He played in a steel tip, event there ran by Scott Kirshner. And actually went to the finals and missed out to Damon Hedda. But, man, he was right there with Damon the whole way. And if Damon would have missed, he would have had opportunities to win both legs. And it was a close one. So that always rings a bell when it comes to Aric Bobzien about just his grit, his determination at the line.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, again, someone that we touted at the beginning of this. If you had not heard of Aric Bobzien at this point, which, first time here in the CSC, but we know him because of Wisconsin. I mean, you want to talk about a powerhouse player, and he's a power scorer. Honestly, the reason why he's second overall in 9 marks is because he finds them, and he finds them in pretty big moments when he needs to find them the most. Cooper Olson is a scrapper. That's what I mean. These South Dakotans, they're great scrappers, and I mean you could tell last week he won 9-6 over Steve Hennings, and the difference in average was 0.07. So in those close legs, right? Those are the ones that he has to be scrapping out to win that 9-6 in that close of an affair. So you never want to count out that type of person as we get a boom goes the dynamite from Cooper Olson, as I call it out. Throwing a 5.75 here, trying to get his first leg on the board.
Yeah, Coop's second there for the evening. Looking promising for the leg here to try to make this 2-1 and get one on the board is the most important thing.
There it is. Cooper Olson, 5.20 in leg number 3. Makes it a 2-1 scoreline. Whoa. There's an Aric Bobzien and an Aric Bobzien.
Yep.
That Aric Bobzien looks way younger, though, than the other one.
It's kind of crazy, isn't it? Here's a good question. If any of these Wisconsinites can answer, has Aric ever won a singles title? And I know there's only one at Whammo, but has he ever won the singles title at Whammo? I know he's won the doubles with Tim, but they take that with great pride. Their state title is probably their most important one in Wisconsin.
Well, that's number 3 for Coop, right out the gate. Boom goes the dynamite. He has all of them. Yeah, those state titles, that tournament's no joke, to say the least. That's one where Division 3 could compete with Division 1. That's how close those averages and how good those players are.
That's even like a Division 4, which is astonishing. But yeah, they're pushing for some bigger pools on those divisions, I think, down the road, and some format changes. But speaking of which, that tournament's a couple months away. So those Wisconsinites are going to be getting excited here for that one. And I know some other state tournaments are down the road as well. So get excited for your local if you got one.
Yep. Indiana State was just passed this past week, like 2 weekends ago. Again, shout out Jason Watt, the men's master singles champion. And that's not an easy tournament to win, so he shot well there. Former champions include Danny Lobby. I'm sure Mike Hagenauer's in the chat, another former champion. Aric Bobzien. Gets himself a 5. All right, let's see what Coop can do. Only 4 19s. Nick, you've seen Bobzien and Coop play a few times in the past. What do you see with their game?
The first and most standout thing, I'm surprised you guys haven't even mentioned this yet. I think Cooper Olson plays better with no glasses. He's not wearing glasses this time. I don't know. It looks serious. It looks grittier. Last time we saw him in the Division 2 opener last season against Brandon Neal. I don't know. Something about it just gives it different demeanor. It looks a more aggressive, but in a more serious answer. I mean, Bobzien, we talked about so much in that selection show as the person that we expect to win the quarter, and we were, and right now Cooper Olson is the one that has to prove us wrong. Otherwise, that prediction rings true. He just has so much explosiveness in his game that it's truly, I wouldn't say unprecedented, but it's very few people that can fire the way he does. And so when he has a leg like this, where he's not stringing together those big shots after big shots like that from Cooper Olson,
Boom goes the dynamite again.
What we do see is that he usually will hit the multiple in succession later on. And I don't think he has any alarm bells going off yet. I really do expect to see great form out of Aric tonight.
He's just missing those last starts into the treble. So they're right there. But yeah, I think right now Cooper's got to take advantage of this because we've called it. He is a power scorer. Cooper right now is the one who's putting in back-to-back big rounds, 5.71. And I did want to say this. Cooper did raise his game from week 1 to week 2. Now, it wasn't like significant. It was a 4.55 to a 4.62, but it was enough because his opponent shot a 4.55 in week 2. So he had to raise it up. Right now, he's competing with Bobzien. Yep. Shaka laka, shaka laka.
Boys trip.
What do you think? Can we start a GoFundMe for that trip? Is
That's
that
one-
possible?
That's one of the places I definitely want to go before I wander off past my life here. Yeah, I think New Zealand and Australia would be top
Yeah.
must go tos.
For sure. 5.07. Cooper Olson is tied it up. Air started out in Fuego. I would argue that Cooper probably should have won leg number 1. That being said, he has stayed right in this.
Yeah.
2-2
I mean,
scoreline.
Yeah, I mean, the average sways towards Aric here, but I mean Cooper's not far off, and he's doing what he needs to here. He's tied it up, so it's a 5.12 for Aric, and then a 4.76 for Cooper. And those, whether you believe it or not, that kind of average can win this match, despite Aric averaging over a 5. It's a tough one, and you got to take advantage where you get your looks, but it can be done.
You'd agree that it would almost have to be kind of a baggish style where you're playing the high ground when you can at all times. Like Cooper just shot there, shooting at the trip 20 on dart 3, kind of being aggressive to take out that high ground. We've seen that be the proven way for a lower average to end up with way more points than his opponent. And this game's about points. Wow. That's something you don't see every day.
Yeah, that's a toughie. That's a toughie. As Cooper will look to take full advantage here. Grabs that 20 back down. That'll do. That'll do. It forces Aric to the 18s or 17s.
Well, he's hit 4 ones in a row right now. Yeah, he's trying to find it right this second. Does find it on dart 3. And that's something that's good about having a throw like his, is that it's not that hard to regroup. But let's talk about Cooper Olson's throw real quick. That thing is smooth.
Yeah, it's pretty straightforward. He does kind of take it to his chin rather than his eye. That's the only kind of thing you really notice that maybe isn't ideal. It's kind of a little different way, but he's pretty straightforward with it, and it works for him. But yeah, you're correct. Smooth.
And again, if I'm Cooper, I'm taking advantage of this right now because this is 3.25 Bobzien is not something we've seen.
It's just that
really would expect.
Just that subtle hiccup job, and it happens throughout the duration of a match. But you can see Cooper getting a little hypey here for that 8 mark.
I mean, he's the only one power scoring right now. He has the only 8 mark. He has all 4 of the 9s right now. He's going up against 9 mark Bobzien.
Dun, 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 9 mark Bobzien. Sorry, had to do it. Look at this. How about another 9 mark for Cooper? Almost. That'll work for a big 7, and it almost grabs him, like thoroughly grabs him the leg here.
Yeah, this is fun. When I asked you at the beginning, what would we need to see from Cooper? I think we're seeing it.
Yeah, well, I was thinking you go back to back, kind of back and forth there on the legs, but yeah, Aric looks scary there in the first 2, but to grab him right back is reassuring, and it's looking like he'll grab this one as well for 3-2, and then that guarantees that no matter what, you can at least be 1 away, possibly 1 or 2 ahead.
Yep. Yeah, and again, 3.33, not the expected turn of events here for Bobzien right now.
You just got to shake it off, and someone back there is going to say, hey, you know what you're capable of. Relax and continue on. Granted, they may not think that's their place, but you're there. You can say it.
Well, right now, Cooper Olson 3 on the spin.
And 3.75, 4.40, and a 3.43. The last 3 legs for Aric. Got to piece something together.
His worst leg, week 1, was a 4.17 for Bobzien.
Here you go.
If that tells you what he's doing right now. And there's a boom goes the Wisconsinite for Bobzien.
As they go crazy in the background, throw some signs up as well. Josh Cornelison, who's actually there, just kind of in screen there on the far right-hand side of Aric's bar, saying Shake It Off is actually playing there at the bar currently. So that's what he's trying to do, shake it off.
And then week 2, his worst average was a 4.11.
Good work, Sean, presenting those for us.
Well, it's just been I was just curious, like how many legs have you shot in a 3? Because you shot in 2 so far in these first 5 legs, and those are the only 2. Olson's battling right back, huh?
Jason Watt says, do these guys have button pushers anymore? Unfortunately, not everyone is as needy as Jeremiah Millar, so I just had to give one to him. I know he's going to be listening in the background saying, gosh dang it, Will.
Alan Palmer, evening, my friend. Scott Hanish. Oh, Scott Hanish. 180 floor for real.
That's getting
Stumbling
repurposed
in
here
this
soon.
chat.
I gotta write that down.
Brian Bigham, Sean Catfish 197. I'm not sure if you guys said that or not.
Good to see that score line coming through. We appreciate it from you viewers letting us know those score lines as well. You know,
Our
Mike Maloney
ears-
should be playing his match as well. He advertised it, didn't he?
Yep, I think he's playing it right now. I think he averaged some sort of split screen option, and then I don't know if he was able to pull that off.
Well, come on. It's Mike. All he knows how to do is figure out that phone.
Guess who's back? Eric's back. That was the answer.
That was a big one there.
Throwing a 7.
He's throwing a 7, needs 2 to close this leg out for 3-3. And unless Cooper kind of keeps it interesting with a big one there, not able to do so. 5-0 in favor of Ram Guevara. Thanks, Frank. Appreciate that. About to say your name. In favor of Frank.
And that's, yeah. Come on, Frank, get better. As Bobzien does take out that one with a 6.33. Cooper Olson did not drop really at all, 5.60 in that losing effort, but 3-3 scoreline. Cooper's going to go first to take us into the break with that lead 4-3. We'll hear from the birthday girl tomorrow, Miss Jen Mounts, I'm sure. Talk through the A to Z dart of the month, perhaps. And you can win a set of Johnny Clayton darts with A to Z Darts monthly raffle. Just purchase their Dart of the Month special featuring all Johnny Clayton darts from Red Dragon before the end of the month to enter the raffle. And Johnny's been shooting fire these past few tournaments, huh?
Yeah, a little fun fact on those barrels. Actually, talking to Lee Huxtable, the lead designer there at Winmore Red Dragon, he mentioned that Johnny asked for a little request as we get a big 9 mark there from Aric, that he wanted a little bit more of a or less of a lip on the front of his barrels because he thought he was having too many bounce outs. And look at the answer that it's kind of produced here. It's really worked out for him as we get another great shot there in favor of Cooper.
Yeah, what a start to this leg. Bobzien ahead in the point total. We'll see how quickly he goes for those 20s, and there goes them 18s. Well, just say goodbye. He's on a 9er. Back-to-back 9s for Bobzien. Boom goes the Bobzien.
They're sure throwing these 9s back and forth, aren't they?
Let's see if Cooper can throw in one of his own. Man, when a 5 mark feels that bad, you know your opponent's throwing extremely well.
Let's see one, Aric. Keep her straight. Keep her going. How about a trip 15?
Boom, baby. He's still on it.
It's about time we've seen a straight up perfect. Don't you be just mumbling in the background, Nick. Don't you even
Nick
start.
jinxed this hard if it doesn't happen, guys.
Don't you even start.
Let's triple stamp
Come
a
on,
double
Aric.
stamp. This is going on. We got this. Needs the double.
Oh!
Thanks a lot, Nick. Gets the double on dart 3, 7.75. He threw 12 darts, ladies and gentlemen. And I got
Wow.
190 points, too.
What a way to finish up the last 2 legs before our break as Aric Bobzien goes back-to-back 6-3-3, 7-7-5 as he's getting some high fives from the crew at the local bar. Folks, we got a doozy going on right
Yeah.
now. Don't go anywhere. William Stewart, Sean Green, Nick Teixeira. What do you say? Back for more here in a minute?
I can't wait.
Who doesn't love free stuff? You can automatically enter our raffle to win a signed set of Johnny Clayton darts if you purchase our March Dart of the Month special. Enjoy 15% off all Johnny Clayton darts from Red Dragon, including his Hiraeth darts that pay homage to his Celtic roots. Everyone can enter the raffle, no matter if you're in the US or international, by purchasing the Dart of the Month before the end of March. Best of luck to everyone.
What is the purpose of the Vertex stand? This product is made by Winmore, and they have solved 3 different problems. Number 1, when you don't want to permanently mount a dartboard. Number 2, when you can't drill into your walls. And number 3, when you want to travel with a dartboard. Not everyone wants a dartboard permanently mounted into a wall. Perhaps you just want to bust out the dartboard occasionally to entertain friends or family. The Vertex stand is perfect because you don't drill into the wall, you simply lean it against a flat surface. This is easily the most convenient product I've ever seen that you can set up or tear down super fast for portability. In minutes, you can have everything packed and ready to go with you for your next darts tournament or a friend's house or even camping. You can lean this bad boy up against a tree. On top of all of that, I love the idea of being able to easily travel with a dartboard. This thing is awesome. I was given it just to review, but believe me when I say it is not going back to A to Z Darts. They can try to pry it out of my hands.
What are O-rings? Meet these little guys. O-rings are small rubber rings that you can place on your shaft thread so it won't come loose. Here are 4 easy methods to put on an O-ring. The tuck and roll. Hold your O-ring against the thread and with your fingers stretch it over the shaft. Simply roll it down and it's on. The knit and roll. In a similar fashion, use the point of a dart to stretch the O-ring over the threads like this and roll it down. The backslide. Place the O-ring over the back of the shaft and roll it down the entire length until it sits at the base. If the previous methods are too hard, you'll love the O-ring applicator tool. Fit the O-ring onto the top like so, then place the tool over the shaft and roll it down like you see here. This is hands down the simplest method and the one we recommend most. A fun alternative is L-Style's Gomu system. Put the small cap on your shaft and that's it. It's fast and easy, but each cap is one-time use, whereas O-rings are reusable and only $2 a pack. Secure your shafts today.
Your opportunities have come and gone.
Nail in the coffin.
And this is what we're talking about. He has that 6th gear that you just said.
To think this could all come down to a couple darts, a handful of darts in the end.
And he gets it done under the ultimate pressure.
Let me tell you about A to Z Darts. We're a specialty dart store with over 10,000 different products. We create in-depth videos and blogs to help improve your game and showcase our products. We give helpful advice on how to practice darts, the fundamentals of form and mechanics, and how to make better decisions when purchasing your darting equipment. Whether you're brand new or a seasoned player, we try to provide fun and informative content. I'm Jen, the creative director for A to Z Darts. I've been playing for over 10 years, and I've traveled the world competing in and promoting the sport. This is Will. He runs our live streaming company, USA Darts, and travels the globe as well to broadcast major darting events and interview PDC players alike. You'll find over 2,000 different sets of darts on our website. Guessing right now you're pretty interested in our resources? Learn about form, throwing mechanics, practice routines, scoring and grouping, checkout methods, cricket strategy, and much more. Visit a-zdarts.com to take advantage of our blog or follow us on social media at azdarts today.
Test telephone switch to arm light on.
Switching command to internal.
Welcome back, everyone. Here we go with the conclusion of this Division I battle, and it's been a good one so far. What 2 legs to kind of end it before our break for Aric Bobzien. Like we said, 6'3", 7'7", That puts him up to a 5'4" overall. Cooper Olson wasn't far off before those 2 legs, and he's currently at a 4.98 after a 5.60 and a 5.25 in those last 2 legs. So he didn't dip by any means. Aric's just getting better.
Aric is getting consistent, and that is scary because it's consistently 9 marks right now. Hits another 9. He has been perfect shooting at the triples the last 4 rounds. He has not missed a triple shooting at them.
Insane.
My
Absolutely
goodness.
Insane.
And he's still on it. Oh, he still hit a triple. That still counts, right? All right,
exactly.
Then he blew it. Well, then he blew it. All right, but still, that was a heck of a run, right? 13 straight darts in that treble bed from before the break to after. And Cooper Olson is like, wait, I have raised my average by 0.4 this evening so far, and I'm losing 4-3, and I am down already in this leg. What's going on?
Well, hey, I don't know. Let's be honest. He came out really gritty in the first few legs and then just kind of fell apart for a few, then came back strong. We'll see if he can kind of continue this, or if we're going to see like the few legs good, few legs bad, few legs good, few legs bad performance the rest of the evening.
We might, or we might just see something take off entirely here for Aric. We've seen this at Whammo, right?
Yeah.
This is why him and Tim shot fire too, but why they were able to win that level 1 was because Aric was unstoppable. He just didn't miss. And when he gets into these grooves, which I think he's finding right this second, it's going to be tough for him to miss, which is a good thing.
We got Maloney Hinsey 5-5 according to Ken Rip. That's an appetizing one. Good time for double tablets or double devices.
Yeah, absolutely.
You never
without
want to miss
leaving
out
here.
Yeah, you never want to miss out on these matches. They usually choose the best one that kind of has the not necessarily the eye-popping feel to it, but the more of they know it's going to probably be a good match and potentially go the distance. That's why they choose it. But yeah, it's always a good option to have those separate streams from our players. And thank you so much for doing that, because it allows us to get a little insight, go back and see how the performance went too, without necessarily just digging through the stats. If we want to actually watch, we can do that.
Yep. And we bring you those real-time stats over here. We love to do that. Daniel Ratliff saying, I had one game tonight online where I averaged over 4 marks per round. I watched this to keep me humbled. Yep. Welcome to our life. This is why I consistently say I'm terrible at darts. It's because I watch these guys, and yeah, I'm terrible at darts compared to these guys for sure.
Bobzien needs to find a triple. He needed to find a few triples on that 19 just to fight off the trip 18 and trip 17 that Cooper has, and he unfortunately doesn't find anything there.
Consistently into the 3s. Coop is able to go single. Ooh, but he doesn't really do a whole lot of damage. I'm interested to see what Bobzien does. He's going to go for the 16. That's why he's moving all the way over there. I don't know if I like it. That's a huge move across the line, Will.
It definitely is. I'm just agreeing with Brian here about this. Glad we got the A-team commentary tonight. Yeah, it's good to have good to have me back in the mix, isn't it? Sometimes, I mean, these guys. I
Stupid
know,
Dark Horse can't
pretty
win
bad.
against Hensley's stupid Bubba West Virginia Wi-Fi.
To be
All
fair,
right,
Bubba,
Eric.
I've been here both times, so it wasn't my fault. Boom goes the dynamite there for Bobzien. Needed
Yeah,
it.
big 9 at a needed time is correct. But it's already got 11 too.
Yeah, Cooper's doing the mess around here now. He found a wrong time to hit a bad patch. I need you to understand, Brian. He literally went, oh, no, when he saw your comment. So he is actually like devastated that you did him so wrong by losing. No, Brian, it was an absolute pleasure to see you play, dude. And I'm looking forward to seeing that in the future. Cooper gets another trip, gets the point lead by 3, but obviously a huge opening here for Bobzien.
Yeah, if he can find this 15 directly after, he'll be golden for a 5-3.
Boom goes the dynamite. Aric Bobzien.
That is why we call him 9 Mark Bobzien, is he is just starting to really chuck him, isn't he?
He's rattling them off, at least to a leg right now. At least in the past few legs, it's been the case. I mean, he had 0 to Cooper's 4. What's the total now?
I had 8-4 for Aric.
Yeah, so he's doubled it after the first 5 legs. Not bad.
Just not bad at all. 1 for the win.
3 for the show, and Aric Bobzien, go cat go. 5.18. Sorry, 5.17. I don't know why I did that. To 4.42. There was no 8 on that screen. I need you to understand. There's
Yeah,
no
I was
reason to
wondering
say
what you were trying to achieve there.
It was game 8.
So
I'm just gonna
guess
I definitely just grabbed it. We're good.
Yeah,
Saved it.
I guess so.
Saved it by the hair on my chin.
Coop got to recover here. Needs at least 4. Needs at least 4. And this is going to hurt. I have a feeling this is going to hurt, and we're potentially looking at 6-3 already.
I would say a 5 mark is probably the best case scenario.
I would say so. It's kind of scary there for a second, especially with the placement of those 2 darts, kind of having to work your way into that triple, but somehow or another found it.
To be fair, in leg number 3 tonight, Coop started with a 2 mark on the 20s. Bobzien hit a 7 on the 20s and still lost the leg.
True, but different point in the match. When Eric's 5-3 ahead, you kind of can have some saving grace with a break there.
Yeah, and it didn't also feel like Eric's starts were magnetized to the triples yet, whereas now that's starting to happen a little bit more often.
You can see some struggle. Yeah, you can see him voicing his opinion there. He's trying to find any. Yeah, you see him threw the hat off as well. He's just trying to find any answer he can to try to get back in this match. I mean, 3 legs lost in a row now.
And this is the pressure that Bobzien keeps putting on too. It's just it's relentless right now. Luckily, Cooper has great hair even with the hat off. That must be nice.
It's the Bieber cut, bro. It works.
Oh, baby, baby, baby. Oh, he needs to hit a 7. Does not do that here. Nate and Keith, we like the interviews too. We'll say it. It was not a decision made by any of the three of us. And we hope to bring it back at some point. But we also love the fact that we get to give our sponsors some shout out, especially get some Jen Mounts FaceTime, which is much deserved. So yeah, it's kind of a little bit of a bummer on our end too, but we'll see if we can bring back. That's the goal.
You never know. You never know. At certain times, changes arise throughout the duration of an event or I think. I mean, how many changes has the Premier League made overall in the PDC? Yep. So just kind of think of it as that front. But I mean, right now, if you're Cooper, this is not what you wanted to have happen. A 2.8 current to Aric's 5.6, and this one's going to sting a little bit. It really is. You see him back to the hat on now.
Yep.
I mean, he's just searching. He's searching for success in any way possible.
And again, he's just been hit by a freight train right here in Aric Bobzien, who is not letting up at all. Even if he misses 3 darts straight, he's going to capitalize with the 9 mark afterwards to like make up for it. And if you're Cooper, you have to be so focused and consistent. And it is so tough to do that with the pressure as well on you that Bobzien's putting. Now, again, he's also starting to get unlucky. You see that flight right there on dart 2. That's gross. It's crisscrossed into the treble 20, like it's completely blocked. Like Annie Oakley wouldn't be able to find the 3rd dart into the treble 20. So that's why he moves to the 19s. So it's those types of things that are also happening on top of it. That just seems to add to that momentum deficit.
Yeah, and that's kind of an unfortunate thing when you got to move down and you only collect on the 1. It feels like you're hindered.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a good 4 from Aric.
You see Ram 9-1.
Yeah, that's crazy. It just shows you what kind of form he's in. It's just gritty, man. What a performance there from Ram.
Kevin Schmitz is a talented dart player.
He's gonna, and it's gonna be tough for Cooper or Aric, whoever comes out on top in this one, to get the upper hand advantage on Ram. But we're due for a good run here, especially on the top half, and with what potentially could happen here.
Well, and I know that Rick Hensey Mike Maloney match is pretty much dead even right now.
Yeah, I'm just kind of looking. It's 6-5 last I checked from Stephanie. This is about 5-6 minutes ago here on his chat. We'll kind of keep you updated as we go. Aric looking for another one. Just about has it, but a great 7. Seven, 5, Mike.
Okay. So it gets his little Mike just got a bit of an extension in the lead there.
And that's the thing with Mike's matches. He seems to do that. It goes to the break, neck and neck, back and forth, and even a few legs after. And then all of a sudden he finds some distance at the end and manages to win it 9-6, 9-5, something like that. So he did it with Nick East. He was looking kind of scary there at the early phases, but rattled it off.
And I'm going to compare that right now to what Bobzien's done tonight.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost the exact same. Aric's kind of just found a new gear after the break, and right before the break for sure, but it's continued after. Now it's been a little bit more inconsistent than Maloney. Yep.
This could be a moment right here. I think you take the look. You got the 6-3 advantage. You take the look all day. Oh.
I don't know if he was committed to it.
And that's the thing. He didn't. You can kind of see him pull that arm back like he didn't fully commit. And I think you're right. He was hesitant, knowing he had the shot, go ahead and run with it, but he was hesitant.
Oh, no. See, and again, flights it over into the trip 5 off the wire. That's like the third time, and it's stuck crisscross like that.
Difficult moments.
Tense. No, not intense. Like a circus, just tense. He's staying down. And he hits the 17. The aggressive shot.
Pays off for him. I mean, you need
Could've-
to make some aggressive shots in certain circumstances here to kind of get back in this match, don't you?
Oh, absolutely. But that could have been a devastating miss.
Well, how about that?
Yeah, he tried to snipe it, didn't he?
He was like, I'm going to try my hand here and just see what happens. And not necessarily a bad look there from Aric, considering the circumstances in with a 6-3 advantage. I don't mind that play there.
Yeah, reminder everybody, hit that like button, hit that share button. Let everybody know that we are live here. CSC Challenger Series Division 1 matchup. Aric Bobzien, Cooper Olson. Sean Green joined by Will Stewart and Nick Dirachi to share in the background. Race to 9. 6-3 lead right now for Bobzien.
Yeah, Cooper should just go ahead and attack here on the 16s. Two punches needed. There's one. There's the uppercut.
Yep, doing exactly what he needs to do right now. And this is where a 9 mark comes in, typically for Bobzien. Not going to happen this time. The first dart actually is a huge blocker. Does find it on dart 3, though.
Yeah, no hesitation, though.
Ugh.
1, 2, 3 needed from Cooper. He may abandon now. Yep. Can't blame him for doing so after missing into the trip 10 with that second dart. So just a subtle opportunity here, a sniff of a chance for Aric, but it's kind of a danged if you do, dang if you do, don't moment, because if you hit 2 triples there, it gives you a tie.
Yeah, unfortunately, he's not going to have to worry about that. Only gets a 3 mark with that last dart. But yeah, you're absolutely right. What would you have done there?
It's a tough call, but I think being that Aric has that 3-leg lead, I think you go ahead and take your shot if you hit the 2. That's the differential. Yeah. And if it's tie ball game, now it's a real decision. That makes it 10 times tougher. I'd be tempted to stay in that circumstance.
Yeah, you don't want to bet on your opponent missing 3 bowls if it's a tie ball game. Yeah.
Exactly. Now, if you put the pressure on with the 6-3, then you're thinking, okay, give him the shot. You hit it, awesome. If you don't, I got you. But coulda, shoulda, woulda. Yep. Cooper's got the upper hand here for 4.17 to a 4.27. And it's really kind of grabbed this leg here.
High ground.
Yeah, 6. You need 6 if you're Aric to even sniff.
Yep, and that's why Cooper stayed there for all of them on the 20s. Just want to ensure that he's going to have a shot here to win the leg without having to really worry about it. He can probably still stay. Now he's got to abandon ship for sure and hope that he hits a trip. Does so. Woo.
You see, did that one person post a 9 marker on soft hit board yet? I don't believe that has happened yet.
Yeah, doubtful. Very doubtful.
And yeah, I think the bowl hitters were ones that said the same response. I bet you can hit a 9 here. And I said, I bet you I'll give you an hour and you will not be able to hit one. And they said, and they instantly, after throwing a few, they were like, okay, this is a little bit harder than I thought. I said, exactly. People think they just look at it and they're like, oh, I can hit a 9 on there. There's some difference. You're a little bit further back. the weight
Yep.
on the front's thrown off, that kind of thing. So
Yeah, you got to deal with a lot of stuff in soft tip.
they're sure fighting here, aren't they?
Uh-huh. Aric is really throwing some punches on the bulls. The step over. Now that's a bit wide. He was going at the flight there and missed it. But this one should do it. Yeah, first he yawns.
Put it in. Just
4.23 from Cooper.
Nick is definitely munching in the background right now as we had to proceed and be like, "What are
No,
you
I'm
eating
not.
back there, bud? What are you
On,
eating
like,
back
chips.
there, bud?"
It's got to be chips, which is even weirder. Like, at least do something quiet.
Yeah, some of us are working here.
Artisanal pork at Cracklin's, fried out pork fat with attached skin, made with skins from pork raised without antibiotics
What?
and maple bacon seasoning.
I feel like you ruined pork rinds for everybody in the world with
You
your
did.
description of pork rinds. Nobody needs to know that stuff.
And don't lie.
Also,
where's
is that
the-
because you're are you on keto or something?
Yeah, I'm trying to get skinny. I want to be the hottest darts content creator. That's my new job title I'm going for.
Good luck.
He's as he pulls
well
out the little,
behind.
as
Well
he pulls out
behind
the little
already.
Debbie snack cake right now. Sorry. All righty, Aric. Good start to his leg and an unfortunate one from Cooper.
Wait, is that a full bag of cookie dough you have, Nick? Oh my God. You're going to eat a full bag of cookie dough right now?
Oh my goodness. It's the double chunk chocolate one too.
Yeah, it's actually the worst part. It's got extra of those chocolate chips in it.
I don't eat chocolate,
Back to-
boys. Chat, you know this. I don't eat chocolate.
How about an answer from Cooper there? Good 7 mark.
Yeah, Aric only throwing a 2.5.
Well, I mean, Aric threw a good round, but came back with a no score, and that kind of that'll damper things. But here he goes, back to the 9 mark.
Aric doesn't miss very often every single dart, but when he does, he always follows it with a 9 mark within the next couple of rounds. That's 3 times now he's done that.
That's number 9 for him tonight.
I haven't been paying attention to the other match, but I believe it's 8-5. Maloney. Yep. Bond's got us in there.
Yeah. That's going to probably go in favor of Maloney then, I would assume.
Yep. Yeah, even Ram Guevara couldn't come back from 8-5 down. And he gave him heck to do so.
Cooper needing to make a stand here. Ooh, interesting look. He attacked the 18s in that position. I think he thought he was in a circumstance of no matter what, I think Aric's in a position to take the look on the 19s, and that was his thought of opening up the 18s, but didn't work out. As Bobzien scoots himself over, just the single needed. Back up top or open another wedge? What are you doing? Back up top? It's another wedge.
Yeah, it was right on the precipice of what he could do, right? 69-point lead, which is enough to kind of take the shot at the 18s. Cooper is going to look like get the point lead back with a nice 7, but this is good.
Oh, yeah,
6
that'll
to
open
4
up
lead.
doors for you. He can just go over and attack the 18s. That'll work. What an 8.
Rams in the chat watching his competition. Plays the winner of this match probably a couple weeks, if my assumption would be correct.
Yeah, we're not sure about that one. We may play a few rounds on the loser side before we get to there. So Just keep an eye on the Partners Promoting Darts pages. That's where you can find out who's going to be up next for the stream.
Yep.
If you reach out to USA, I'm going to just admittedly message you back. Hey, yeah, you're going to reach out to PPD because we don't know that information.
Yep.
How about it?
What information?
From Cooper.
Boom goes the dynamite. Cooper Olson gets the first in a while. But he needed it there.
Yeah, he certainly did.
And it still might not be enough.
He's got to get this close, or at least closer than a 2-leg differential. You got to be just one off. But Aric's just making it real difficult. 5.14 plays 4.63 here. And leg number 11.
Cooper needed an 8 mark there. Didn't get it. Does get rid of the 20s anyway.
And that's a good move because
Yep,
now you
don't
force
hate it.
Aric to have a decision here. He should attack, and he will. But now there's an opportunity. Yeah. There is an opportunity and knocking on Cooper's door.
45-point lead for Bobzien. So just a 6 mark on the 16s gets that point lead back. At that point, don't you just throw the last start to 15s for fun? Just kidding. Oh, he's not going to get the point lead. Oh, the bad time to follow a 3 with a 3.
So Aric will step in and, yeah, I was thinking he may take a look at this 15 here. He doesn't want to try to fight fire with fire. He needs to kind of have at least a wedge to work off of in this situation. And I like to play on the 15s rather than attacking.
Yep. 75-point lead now.
Oh,
take the look.
Yeah, now you've got to shoot at Cooper nose. You've got to take the shot here.
That's only a 21-point lead. Does that matter?
No, take it. Take the shot. Especially to make it 6-5. Take that shot.
Okay. I'm down with that. He's looking. Yeah, he didn't take that back as far. He threw that last dart a little quick.
A little rushed there from Bobzien, and this is where things can turn on a dime. And if you're Cooper, you're really hoping it turns in your favor for 6-5, no doubt. There we go.
Back to it. Boom goes the dynamite. What a time for a 9, Cooper Olson.
What a shot. What a shot.
Man, that was an edge of your seater.
Yeah, we are not done yet by any means, folks. This is, we could still be riding this out for 30 minutes or more.
Rutro Raggy.
Moments and moments here. Yeah, I mean,
this would be devastating if this goes.
It would really hurt.
If this goes. Devastating if this goes. Oh my goodness, the Wisconsinite.
That was sickening, folks. What a shot. A 5 mark from Bobzien to put him up 7-4 when it looked promising for 6-5. And that's a dagger in the heart of Cooper Olson as you see Aric wipe the brow and clearly throw it off in the bar.
All of that hard work, grit, 9 mark at the right time, and 5 bulls. And 3 darts cost you that leg. That was a great, great leg from Aric Bobzien and Cooper Olson. But that is devastating.
That boy good.
Yes, he is.
Can look at the previous leg where he was battling bulls versus 20s. He kept fighting, never got a shot out of it. This time he said, I'm going to take the gamble and go for the close. He went for single 16, double 16 to give himself that outside chance, knowing that he's going to lose that long-term scoring battle, but he knew Cooper was struggling to get that bull going. That was a smart play and a good adjustment of strategy as well.
Nick dropping bombs from the top rope here.
I needed to refuel some energy. I got my pork rinds in. Now I'm ready to commentate again, boys.
My God, it's Kane. It's Kane.
Yeah, Will just said what he said, and then Nick laughed hysterically at it, and he's like, I don't know that reference at all.
That's terrible. He wasn't around for the Attitude Era. When were you born, Nick?
When do you think I was born? We've been friends for all these years, Will.
26 years ago. Well,
Okay, so I mean
98.
98, 99. Yeah, okay. That's what I assumed. So yeah, that was the heyday of the Attitude Era. He wasn't around for that.
mhm. No, that was a good time to be alive.
Yeah, I don't watch golf like that.
I was 11, 12 years old. That was perfect.
All right. Cooper has the upper ground and the 18s, forcing Aric to the 17s here. Really needs a 7 mark. And that was kind of the minimum.
All right. I got to say it. If you want to become eligible to play in major PPD events like this CSC Challenger Series, players become eligible for those by playing in PPD leagues or daily remote tournaments, DRTs. Those leagues are starting daily, so get involved by going to dartstoc.com and checking out that map. The map will show any locations with G3 boards within the PPD system. They're always accepting new members, so if you're not seeing anything in your area, just have your vendor contact them on the website. From there, players can sign up for leagues on the website. It doesn't take a ridiculous amount of games to be eligible eitherly. Consistently playing one league a week plus some will keep a player eligible for this event in the future. Again, dartstoc.com to get signed up today. Eitherly. Big darts from Cooper Olson. Boom goes the dynamite.
Big hits here late in this one. As, yeah, Aric kind of takes his chances at the bull here, but knowing probably sitting 7-5.
Cooper's not going to make this mistake again, is he? He does get the double on dart 3. But yeah, he's going to point first. My goodness. Still gets 5 again. That's not like, yeah. He's like, thanks. Thanks for reminding me that you can do that. 5.05 defeats the 4.0. 7-5 score line. We're still not in the John Part panic zone yet, but we're right there on the cusp. Cooper's got to win this next leg, I think.
So that was 40505.
Yep.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Hanish, that was incorrect. 1 league a week plus more.
Just a wee bit more.
All-Star triples always helps. PPD Nationals always helps. Get those games. And Bobzien, only a 1 mark. Helps Cooper Olson get the start. This is a gift.
Uh-oh.
My friend, you can't give it back. Needs a 5. All right. That's a shit. That's a whew. At least I got the 5.
But Sean was going another way there, but he saved himself. A big 9 from Aric, and that puts us at, or no, it doesn't put us at, because that's only an 8, but still a big mark there.
That's almost as bad as me saying what I say.
Got me.
Keegan Ives, the man, the myth, legend junior in the chat saying, what about this? The Cena turn? Yeah. I mean,
Who saw that one coming? Nobody.
everyone's saying they did afterwards. Yeah, this probably happened for quite some time now, and I was ready. I was waiting for it.
No one saw that one coming, just like
No.
they didn't see John Cena's hair falling out by the time he got back. And boy, is the balding really showing?
And you know,
I don't know what's
that means money
worse.
doesn't matter.
I don't know what's worse, his balding or Sean Green's receding hairline.
Mine. He has better barbers, better products.
You're looking.
You can pay for all that.
You're looking like LeBron 3 years ago.
I'm gonna need you to stop. I'm not that tall. But I'm trying to grow out the beard to make up for it. Okay, what's going away from the top, I'm trying to bring to the face, and that way, one day when I shave it all, the focus will be off the head. Cooper with a big 7.
Yeah, what a shot there! Just an incredible 7. Now Aric does have 2 on the 17s here, so that could play a factor. Triple gives him a look.
Nicole, maybe a little bit, but you also have to be like a 4-5, 4-4, 4-3 to be in this bad boy. Which is definitely doable.
The WCS
it always keeps going up.
The WCS is an option.
Thanks, Jason. He's like 20 years older than me. Appreciate that. I'm not as skinny.
Just 3 to close the door for Bobzien. Only a 2-mark advantage and no wedges in his favor. So this one is going to get interesting. And
big dart from Cooper. 7-6. This is a brand new ball game. 100% it is.
Oh, yeah. I think so as well.
Especially because that would ruin both of our predictions. But Aric's not going to let it go quietly, is he? Oh, the miss on the 15 might make it easier, but he was trying to put pressure on right at the end again. He's like, Cooper, if you miss 3 bowls, guess what? I only need 5. But Cooper gets the job done. Big darts from Cooper Olson, 5.86. What are those averages at this point, my friend?
Let me put in this one here. Yeah, because it's kind of interesting here. Aric, 5.09, so right in line with his current average of a 5.07. Cooper, a little bit ahead of his overall average. He's 4.79 compared to his average going to this of a 4.59. So, yeah, I mean, interesting circumstances. But I mentioned it earlier. They were kind of hovering around this mark, and I said Cooper can certainly win with this average. He's just got to hold out and grab the legs where he sniffs an opportunity, and that is what he's done.
Absolutely. I said it from the get-go. He's a scrapper. He's a scrappy player, and you got to watch out for those types of guys because it doesn't matter how much you punish them, right? There's been legs where Aric should have ripped the heart out of Cooper Olson to where Cooper should not have played well the very following leg, like the 5 bowls, and Cooper just gets right back to business.
Eric's got to find a little bit here because he's been on a little stint the last 4 legs of not his best performance, and he kind of knows that. So this will be the leg that kind of gets him back in it because leg 10, 4-0-0, leg 11, winning 4.46, and then leg 12 and 13 didn't win those, but he averaged a 4.0 and a 4.43. So yeah, needs to pick it up here, and I think we're seeing it.
Well, that was a heck of a flight in there from Coop. He's not going to remember that one. He's going to remember all those crisscross applesauce on the 20s, which is what I would do. Well, does he stay there and just attack? No, he goes back to the 20s. Plays it a little bit safe. But that 2 mark, Cooper can punish. And no matter who wins this week, you're going to agree, Will, they're going to have to be 50% more consistent next week against Ram or when they play Ram.
Oh, they're certainly going to have to bring it.
Because they've had a lot of great legs.
What's
it went up, I'm sure.
Yeah, what's Ram's average right now? Do we know?
It doesn't have his tonight, but he's a 5.72 coming into tonight.
Yeah, I mean, 0.5 is doable, but over that is makes it difficult on yourself to win a match with that differential in the averages. So yeah, they're gonna have to pick it up, certainly, and maybe even bank on maybe a B or C game from Ram. That's what you kind of got to do, but that's just let's just hope for the best or try and find a genie in a bottle. You got to. We'll see. We'll see what they can do here. This one's not over yet. This one is not over yet.
No, not at all. I said whoever wins this.
You did. Yeah, you can see Aric pondering now.
He's down a point.
Maybe.
I don't think that was the right move.
I don't mind it.
I think Cooper can very easily have the lead with everything closed besides his 18s right after this throw.
Yeah, I will counter and say with just a single, I guess I didn't see the 2 X's on the 18. Yeah, just go ahead and take that shot and kill it,
I know you like the aggressive play on the 20 on dart 2. I like to play it safer and take out the 19 with dart 2 just to ensure that I have that dart to close the 20s on dart 3. Mm-hmm. Now, that being said, it worked out in his favor, and I know why you agree with that now is because then you would go back to the points on the 18s. You don't have to bail on it. You don't get a chance to bail. Mm-hmm. So, fine. I agree with you now that I just said it to myself.
It's all right. Cooper has a pretty good grasp on this leg here. Needs to, even a single, he can take a chance. And yeah, he's taking that opposite route, going 19s and then 20s here, but it pays.
And a Maloney double.
Big double.
Maloney baloney doubles pay off once again. Aric fires right back. 7 mark of his own, gets right back in control. Cooper can do the same thing with a 9.
Brandon Collins says the old I have to play great and he has to play terrible strategy is solid. I've used it many times. Sometimes you just got to be honest with yourself and know, hey, he's the odds-on favorite, but the old miracle statement, 9 times out of 10 they're going to win, but not tonight, boys, not tonight. And that's how you hope it goes.
Sorry about that, everybody, if you heard that.
Sean was dying in the background. I about had to call the ambulance to pick him up, but hey, he's okay. He's okay.
Oh, Black Betty ambulance. Yeah, I'm still dying. I don't know what happened. I swallowed a drink down the wrong pipe, and now I'm drowning in it. But other than that, it's also because this match is just fantastic, and it's choking me up, being able to call it.
Yeah, he's literally crying. It's choking him up so much.
I really am crying right now.
Yeah. Aric does take the shot, and he stays there trying for a double of his own. Not quite able to do it, but yeah, the point advantage is swayed in his favor, and Cooper's really got to commit all here at the 16s. And it's a tough one doing that because chances are your opponent's going to come back and take out that wedge here in just a second. Yeah, abandon. I think you almost got to abandon here, don't you? He stays true.
He did not.
But I don't think I don't know. It doesn't really matter, 1 to close here.
Yeah, but I think Eric's gonna go 7. No, he's gonna close first.
No, you close first.
Yeah, there he goes there, and now 15. Oh, shorts it. Opportunity still for Cooper.
So it
Now-
is an opportunity. Yeah.
Now it's he needs a big shot here, but it can happen. Kirby, your comment has me dying once again. That's ridiculous. Big 7 though from Coop.
I'll just make Aric think, but he's still kind of banking on I've got the 17s, you've got the low ground on the 15s.
It's a
We'll
big
see
last.
how it pays off in the end. Yep.
But it's an 89-point lead. So 9 mark does get control.
Yeah, that is a good dart to work off of. Oh, what an unfortunate second. It's only a single. I believe that is true. I mean, it looked like it was just outside of that triple wire.
Yeah, I think it just hit the wire and just bounced right off of it. I don't like that last dart.
I was wondering if he was going to take that play there, to be fair, but I didn't like it because of the fact that Bobzien only needs 2 to close on those 15s. So, yeah. This will be 8-6 is what it's looking like.
Big 8. Yeah, big 8 mark there from Aric.
We are seeing some good stuff.
Yeah, dude, you just said it, right? This match has hung every single leg on around near the end. At least these last like 4 legs in a row have been like down to the wire. We're all on the edge of our seats trying to get to a finish line here that, I mean, I can only imagine being these guys under this amount of pressure. They're throwing phenomenal if you really think about it. And Aric does get it to make it 8-6. The winner gets Ram Guevara, the defending and current CSC champion in the top 4 on the winner's side. The loser heads on over to the loser side of the bracket. Not out of this tournament yet, but the road becomes a lot more difficult. And that's saying a lot because the winner gets Ram Guevara in the next round. Cooper's won 3 straight in this match already. Can he do it one more time, Will?
It's more difficult now. I think Aric holds out. Significant drop there on that first, and not surprising with the second dart there, and even the third. Only 1 mark from Aric.
And let's talk about this. Cooper doesn't need to break Aric's throw twice. He has to hold his throw here, and then he breaks Aric's throw in the penultimate leg, which will lead to a diddle for the last leg decider. So it could work out to where Cooper throws first 2 of these last 3 legs. I do love the diddle for the start in the last leg decider.
Splits it for the triple. Good 5 mark there from Aric.
Cooper has the high ground ×2, though. It's a great first dart. See when he takes the look. Dart 3. Boom goes the dynamite. Cooper Olson hits the first 9 of this leg. Will it be the last of the leg? I doubt it. Seriously doubt it. But only 4 from Aric. Another 9 would do just fine here for Coop.
It is a 5, but yeah, I mean, I think it it just is going to do for him here. Forces Aric to the 16s. That's kind of a difficult first, too. You never want that. Only is able to produce 2 singles, so here you go, Cooper. What do you say? Fighting and clawing in this match every step of the way.
Interesting. Very interesting. Because a 9 mark isn't going to happen. So I can stop talking now.
Gives him a couple different advantages. I mean, you can go double here.
Yep. Yeah.
It just gives him a look. So, yeah, bull, double 16. But you got to hit those 2 bulls first.
Looks like it's going to be 8-7. Doing his job in this one so far. Bobzien might make it a little bit more difficult. He's gonna. Not as much as he wanted to. Just a 3 mark does this for Cooper. But Aric knows he's just a hole to throw away from winning 9-7 and find himself in the top 4. Cooper goes the bull route on dart 2. Interesting. And Mike, Tina talks about me like that, so. Jeff, yeah. Boom! Is that good for you? I probably shouldn't have said something right afterwards for you.
Another somewhat iffy leg for Aric. It's been 5 straight legs of under 4.5. He's just trying to crawl his way to the finish line here. He's got the darts. Can he use them?
A 5 is C+. If Cooper throws in an A+ here, he can take control. Nope. With Bobzien going first, you can't match. Oh, look at this. Disgusting.
Nasty.
Boom goes the dynamite.
That gives him 10 tonight. That is 19 overall.
Cooper's almost matched his total of 9 marks so far. He had 10 heading into the night. He has 9 tonight. Bobzien now up to 35 for this tournament.
It's crazy how a stream match works, man. Sometimes you can kind of produce a bad stinker for somebody. Other times it produces greatness, and we're seeing it from both parties here. We're seeing a good one. Yeah, and this is a real opportunity. Up to Cooper to go run through it. Trip 17. Take your shot.
Oh. I don't like staying. What are you doing, Coop? I think Coop had a little brain malfunction there for a second. You got to go back on to point on dart 3, right?
Yeah.
I think even if he hits that there, he can't feel that good about it. Now he didn't quite get away with it, but he can drag it back to close.
Oh,
this makes up for it.
2 biggies.
Oh, he's still doing it, so I'm guessing it's part of the strategy now. 0 for 2.
Time for Aric to make him pay.
Nope. we're just waiting for who's going to hit the big round first, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's it. We're both kind of on the edge of our seat, just waiting for
Yep.
who takes their shot.
Because Cooper's doing just enough to be annoying right now for Aric. And Eric's doing just enough to keep Cooper kind of right there at arm's length. That's a great last.
And he's able to make that transition because of the extra house. So it's kind of an advantage his way of having that wedge, because if you're blocked, you can take that look. Oh, what a shot.
Oh, just below the wire, but I like the double in that situation because he missed the triple last time. And I'm okay with him being that aggressive there. 8-7. But it's going to cost him. Almost cost him the entire thing. If that 15 goes in. Needs all of them.
How about one more?
Oh. Just the point lead. 4 marks will get it back for Bobzien. Stays on points for all of them, and
he's just trying to lock in and get this one for the match. That's all he's thinking about. Just get the match.
None of those, I get rid of the 20. Oh, now you can't. Oh, and he threw real fast on dart 2 and 3. I think the first dart really excited him. Because I think he was thinking the same way I was. He got excited that those 20s were up for grabs there. And that might slam the door. A double here definitely will. For the match.
He's moving over for it. Why not take the shot? Does you no harm there?
No, but I need someone to tell him that he's like 0 for 5 on that move over in the shot there. Another one of those. Does get the point lead.
Keeps him involved, but for how long? Or does it matter?
It depends. First start's important. Yeah, that's why. Double bull gives them winning darts.
Chance. Just a sniff of a chance.
Just a 6 mark needed. Needs the double bull. Oh, it's in the black, but the wrong one. And only gets the point lead.
And this should do it. Needs one more point, and he gets it. Bobzien slides through 4.59 there at the end to get the job done.
Wow.
Jinx, you owe me Coke.
I mean, that's what you have to say right now. Hats off to Aric Bobzien. Actually, not for me. Will, you can take your hat off. Obviously, it looks like you got a haircut recently. But wow. I want to give huge props first and foremost to Cooper Olson. He came in, 0.5 below Aric, which is such a difficult position to be in heading into a match. And he stayed with him the whole time. Had a chance there to get it to 8-8 and go the distance. I am so impressed with that kid's game and how it's going to continue to improve. Only playing for 6 years. He's going to go to that loser side, and he's going to be a tough out on the loser side. I called him from the get-go scrappy. He was scrappy. But Bobzien 9 marked it to death at the end of the day.
he managed to get the job done here. Tight knit affair at the end. 4.94 for Aric and a 4.77 for Cooper, or our ending averages. So, man, it got really interesting there, didn't it?
Yeah.
And that's why we bring you this matchup. People will always question, well, what about this matchup? This matchup? It's hard to choose, but there's reasons why we choose the matches we do, and it's another thriller here, another good one.
Let's talk it out real quick. Would you have rather have seen a 9-6 Maloney win over Rick Hensey, or would you have rather seen a 9-1 walloping from Ram Guevara, or this bad boy? Because I'm going to be honest, none of those other matches had you on the edge of your seat like this one was tonight. No. I'm sitting here like this. I'm like, I even have a new tick now with this beard. I can't stop like doing that when I'm nervous. And I sat there for like the last 2 legs straight just doing it. It was so cool, so fun to watch. Cooper, keep your head up. You had a couple of weird crisscrossy darts that might have cost you a couple of turns there, but you shot phenomenal tonight. And Aric Bobzien, even though dipping just below the 5, I mean, he brought it when he needed to bring it. That 7.75 is an instant classic.
Yeah, and I mean, sometimes a match is won by a handful of darts, and I think tonight was definitely one of those matches where you mentioned it. If a couple of those went Cooper's way, maybe it's a different match, and maybe he pulls out the win here. But hey, that's how
5 bowls. Yep. 5 bowls, man.
That's how it goes. Well, thanks for joining us, folks. Once again, we appreciate it. Another matchup coming your way Wednesday night, 8 p.m. as our Division II battle comes back then. So, yeah, join us if you would. 8 p.m. Central Time. William Stewart, Sean Green, Nick Teixeira. Join us. It's going to be a good one. Another good one. Do we have who we're going to feature yet? Who is it?
Yeah, absolutely. It is Paul Otto taking on Bobby Dees Jr. So someone from close to your neck of the woods, if I'm not mistaken.
St. Louis, I believe.
Yep.
Yeah, he should be playing from South 94, if I recall.
So that's going to be a heck of a battle. I'm excited to see him play on the live stream for the first time. I've heard fantastic things, and of course, Paul Otto is going to bring it. So it's going to be a good time. You don't want to miss it. Wednesday night is always fun. We'll be right here with you. Partners Promoting Darts and USA Darts, right, Will?
Definitely so. Thanks, folks, for joining us once again. We'll see you Wednesday night, 8 p.m.